Welcome back, my dear student. In this lecture here, we are going to be improving our CMS even more. What we're going to do is we're going to build a feature, a handy function that is going to prevent certain users from accessing our users page or whatever other page we have in our application that is not good for subscribers. That is not the subscribers are not supposed to be in there. For example, in the view all users page, this page here should not be accessed by a subscriber like Santa. See Santa, or her name Maria, whatever her name is. She is a subscriber. She should not be in here. So we're going to build a really handy function that's going to help you even build more functions because it's going to show you how it's done. All right. All right, so we're gonna improve this CMS a lot more than what it is right now. I also want to build a feature where we are going to be checking to see the database if it has a duplicate of certain username or or a name or something like that, right? So because in real systems out there, right, we can't really have two usernames with the same usernames, or two users with the same usernames, right? So we're gonna build that feature in a later course, well, in a later lecture. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go to our editor real quick. And here we are using session. Let me show you right here in login. This is where we're doing this. We are pulling out the value in the database. Let me show you real quick. We're pulling this guy right here, the user role. We're pulling this value here and putting that value into a session. This is how we're doing our checking for admin kind of functionality, but that's not a very good one. I think if we build a handy function that will allow us to check if the user is an admin, it would be better, more secure, and just quicker. Okay, so let's do that now. Let's go to functions.php. All right, where we have some of our functions. We're gonna build a lot more functions, but this is the start of a new section of improving our CMS. All right, so the first thing is, let's create the function. Let's call it isAdmin. I think this is a good name for it. What about if we can have a parameter here, like let's say, for example, if we take the username. I think the username, let's go to login right here. You see this value here. These sessions are available throughout our whole application, right? So might as well just use this value here to try to figure out if the user is an admin, right? And later on we're going to build and now you might be wondering, okay, what if we have another username that is a subscriber with the same name, right? Well, we're gonna fix that in a later lecture, okay, like I told you. All right, so let's go here and let's just say we're gonna take an argument, username argument here. Let's set this empty string as a default. All right. All right. So the first thing is we need to have a connection, right? So we're gonna pull that in from the global space, and let's create a query real quick here. All right, so we're gonna say I want to select the user role column. All right, we're not going to be querying the whole table. We're just gonna query this column here from this table, from users. All right, and we're gonna say where the username column is equal. We're gonna put this in quotes because it's a string coming in, right? It's a text, so username. There we go. Now what we got to do is send this with MySQLi query. This is something else that I want to also do. We want to actually use another API in PHP just to make our application a little bit more secure. We're gonna do that in later lectures, but I just wanted you guys to know that. All right. And for those of you that are looking for a next course to take after this one, I think the login system is a really good one with PHP, which I have available. Really good course just to make your knowledge a lot better in procedural. All right. So let's actually save this. And let's make sure that we use our function confirm query, which I have above all this function, just to check that our result is good. It doesn't have any errors, our query. All right. We can actually make this a little bit tidy. Let's do MySQLi fetch array actually, and we're gonna fetch our table with our result, of course, and we are going to save that here in this variable. So we're going to save all that array in this variable there. So let's do a check real quick. Let's just say if the row, and of course we have the table name right here, the table column, our user role. So if this user role is equal to admin, which it should be equal to admin, right? If the user name is an admin, if the user role is an admin, or if not, then we do something else. But we're going to return true. All right. Then else we are going to be returning false. You got it. Good job. All right. So I think we're done with this function. This looks pretty good. If we have some type of error, we'll fix it. All right. I'm not going to check it right now. Let's actually go to users. This is the page where we don't want regular users to be on, right? We might change this in the future. Might change this code and make it better. But right now, let's just go to the top. This is where we're going to have it. And let's just open a PHP tag real quick here. And we're just going to say if, because we are returning true or false from this function, we can say if is admin. If it's not, it is admin with exclamation in front of it. And we're going to take this from the session. Remember that we have username available throughout the whole application. All right. If this username is not admin, all right, or if this user is not an admin, I want you to do something for me. And this something would be header, of course, would be to get this user out of here. We should build a function for this, like a redirect function, index.php. All right. So this is what we're going to be doing. All right. Super simple. We can probably do this in one line. I'll show you later on, but let's check this out real quick. So this is Sana or Maria. She is a subscriber. If we refresh this, it's gonna redirect her to index because she's not allowed there anymore. Now I'm gonna log out. All right, I'm logging out here. This is something I gotta fix here. You might not have this error, but I do. Log out. In logout.php, make sure that you have your OB start right here, because we are not including any files here that have the OB start. I think the admin header has OB start, but we're not. All right, and these db.php should have an OB start on top as well, right here. All right. Let me see. This is just because logging is the only file that has this. But anyway, we'll make this a little bit more tidier later on. There we go. So let's actually, well, right now we don't have anybody logged in. All right. So let's log in Rico, which is an admin. Enter. There we go. Rico is logged in. And if we go to users with Rico, we are able to access users. Pretty cool stuff, right? We are even able to add users. All right, cool. Great job. If you were able to follow me, you're doing great. Let's jump into the next improvement on the next lectures, all right? If you don't see the next lectures, just give me a moment, all right? Thank you so much, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.